Hi guys, as you know, I am all about home cooking, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that having good kitchen equipment makes all the difference to our busy lifestyles. So I've teamed up with the guys from Kenwood to show you two brilliant little recipes, so let's get cooking. If you are looking for an autumn show-stopping dinner party treat, I have the recipe for you. Delicious pumpkin and ricotta ravioli with crispy prosciutto and beautiful chanterelle mushrooms. It is a true treat and a perfect thing to make this autumn. First things first, we've got to chop and peel our lovely pumpkin. This is going into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, but first up, I need to drizzle them with a little bit of rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, whatever you want to use here. Just give them a quick drizzle. Season them up with some sea salt and some black pepper. This now goes into the oven, 200 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes, just until the edges are slightly charred and the pumpkin is nice and tender. Now, I do have ones that have roasted off, they've cooled, and you can see they're nice and tender. They've got a really mushy texture, and they're a little bit charred, so there's going to be great flavour in there. Tumble all that cooled pumpkin into a bowl, and then using the back of a fork, I'm just going to mash this up until I have nice, smooth pumpkin. Straight in there with some ricotta. This is an Italian cheese, which is quite light and very creamy, so mix it through. Now, if you've never made homemade pasta, this is very simple to do, and I'm going to show you how. First of all, clear yourself a little bit of space. And I'm going to make this in a mixer. You can do this by hand if you like, but we're going to add in some flour into our mixer. This is just normal, plain flour, or if you can get your hands on it, some 00 flour will do the job too. Into this mixture, I've got 3 egg yolks and 1 egg to bind it all together. Get that straight in there. And now, all I need to do, minus putting a tiny touch of salt in, is to mix this up until I have a nice, smooth dough. Okay, my machine has done all the hard work for me, so just tumble this out. And it does look like breadcrumbs, but don't despair, because at this point, all you need to do is press this together until you have a nice, smooth pasta dough. This is ready to be rolled out, so I'm going to make the pasta and roll it out using the chef's sense. So just get rid of all the attachments, and now we're going to add this little magical one, which is a pasta roller. Okay, you can see how that little ball of pasta has completely been transformed, and now I'm actually going to cut this in half. So just run that through, and now I'm going to grab some of that pumpkin and ricotta mixture and just take a small teaspoon or a tablespoon measure, and you want little dots of this pumpkin. Now that the pumpkin mixture is beautifully laid on, it's time to lay on top our pasta. But before we do, I need to just brush the edges with a tiny bit of water, and this helps to seal the pasta and to seal the ravioli too. Once you are left with a nice little series of pumpkin mountains, it's time to grab a ravioli cutter, or just a normal knife will do the job, and cut out our ravioli. Now it's just about neatening up the edges, and look at that! Beautiful homemade pumpkin ravioli. It's time to get cooking. A little bit of salt in some boiling water, and these are going to cook up really quickly. So butter into a pan, and we're going to bubble this down until it becomes beurre noisette, which is beautiful brown nutty butter which goes perfectly with mushrooms. Now, there is a lot of butter in here, but remember, this is a dinner party decadent dish. So as you cook the butter out, you get this lovely nutty golden colour, and to that, I'm going to add some sage leaves. These are chanterelle mushrooms. They're one thing that I pick whenever I'm in Sweden, but if you can't get your hands on these, any mushrooms will do. In amongst those beautiful chanterelles, get in there with a few pieces of prosciutto ham. Just let them crisp up in amongst the mushrooms. And now it's time to cook off our pasta. Get these lovely pasta slices in, straight in there, 1 or 2 at a time. You don't want to overfill the pan when you're cooking this ravioli. The smells, my friends, in this kitchen are so good, and my pasta is now cooked. So very carefully, just scoop out those ravioli. You want to get rid of any excess water and then get them straight in there with that buttery, mushroomy, prosciutto-y mixture. Take up your lovely pasta, which is just ever so slightly cut at the bottom of that pan, which is nice, it gives it a bit of texture. And now, spoon over some of those mushrooms, a bit of prosciutto. Look at that colour, look at those mushrooms. I'm gonna have to dive in and try it. That is such a delicious plate of pasta. It's true comfort food. It's true autumn food. And if you want the recipe for this perfect dinner party showstopper, it is in the box below over on my website. Make sure to check that out. For all the details of the Kenwood chef sense and all of its attachments, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and of course, leave me a comment telling me how much you love this pasta. Happy cooking, guys!